त्वमेव साक्षात् त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. Shri Nirmala Devyai Namo Namah. Bolo Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ji Shri Nirmala Devi Ki Jai.
Hi everyone, welcome to tonight's workshop. So we'll all muddle through a very exciting evening. We are going to have, first of all, a foot soak, a lovely clearing technique, which Phil will introduce you to soon. Will show us how to go through that. So just make sure you've got your bucket with you with ankle deep lukewarm water. With a bit of salt in it, just a handful or a half cup, and a towel to dry afterwards. A little jug or a cup with some rinsing water as well is good. So if you've got those things, also an ice pack is a good thing to have, so we'll cool ourselves down. So it was very interesting seeing all the responses to the poll we had in the WhatsApp group, and most of us are having lots of thoughts. So this foot soak we're all going to have, plus an ice pack if you've got one, will be the perfect thing to calm those thoughts down. Yes, look, I've got a different sort of one here. They all are very different.
Yes.
Here's mine. You can even just have some ice in a plastic bag as well, so that's also fine. And then, of course, the workshop part, which is where we will all have our individual meditation, and or there may be two of you and a Sahaja Yoga practitioner who will do a meditation with you, and you can ask any questions just privately, and also get some tips for whatever you're feeling, or even how to feel a bit more, and just a good idea to get your meditation happening even more than it already is. So we won't talk too much because we've got a lot to get through tonight. Anything else we've left out, Gulshan?
I'm just going to
It's a bit hard to hear you, Gulshan.
Okay,
I'm not sure why there seems to be an ocean blowing somewhere.
do that as well. Is that a bit better now?
Not sure where the ocean is blowing, but there we go. I've just done a mute somewhere.
All right.
My apologies to you whom I've just muted. I just tried seeing if that would solve the situation, and it has. So there's an ocean.
The ocean
somewhere. The ocean has subsided. But was there anything else we needed to ask everyone or let them know?
Just with the breakout rooms, you will be offered an opportunity to connect or meet up with the Sahaja who's waiting very eagerly to help you with any queries, any questions that you might have. So don't feel shy. Go into the breakout room when the time is. They'll let you know. And enjoy that time with the person who's waiting, ask questions, and then we'll come back to the main program. Meanwhile, we're very pleased to hear your polls that most of you tried, and getting thoughtless was a bit tricky, so that's why the foot soak should help, and that's why we have Phil County taking us through a lovely foot soak tonight. So without much ado, I suppose, Phil, take it away.
Come on down, Phil.
Hello, everybody. I think it might have been actually me you had to mute there, Lynn. I hope I...
sorry.
Causing the issues.
You had a bit of ocean blowing. I'll just take myself off here and put you in there, Phil.
Oh, yes, no problem. The other thing I think we were going to mention was if anyone's actually joining for the very first time, to maybe put up their virtual hand. We will go through the self-realization process as part of our foot soak this evening as well. So it doesn't really matter if you're coming the first time, but if you want some extra attention, we can split you off into a breakout room straight away as well, someone to talk you through the process. So while that's happening, and just before we actually talk about foot soaking and how beneficial it is for us and the benefits of foot soaking and how to do it, there's a very short talk of Shri Mataji, or more about Shri Mataji's life and work, which I'd like to just play for you first, if we could get that one up now, Matthew.
When I started raising their Kundalini, first only 2 people got it, gradually. Then so many people got this. So they said, we too want to have this within us. So can you give us? I said, I'll try. I don't know. So we thought we should go into a place which is away from the city. So we were about 25 people. I think 6 or 7 people got their realization. So they told us that we are feeling the cool breeze in our hand and also the cool breeze coming out of fontanelle bone area. So I said, that's it. Now you have to grow in it. You have to watch. With a witness state, you should find out what has happened to him. I must say those days people were very, very genuine. They wanted. It was not just a stunt. And so altogether out of 25, 21 got this.
So that was just a very small snippet there, introducing us to tonight's program. It was very interesting to hear about how Shri Mataji actually started Sahaja Yoga way back in 1970. And it sort of came about that she visited the ashram or the center of a prominent so-called guru at the time in India. And she was so sort of shocked or dismayed, if you like, at seeing how the guru was taking a lot of money from people and not giving them that transformation, the complete self-realization, which she knew is what they really wanted as seekers of the truth. And so after a time, she went to a beach in Nagal, India, and sat there and meditated through the whole night. And then towards the morning, she witnessed an amazing happening of the opening of the primordial Sahasrara chakra. So just in the same way that we all have these 7 chakras within inside and the nadis, they're also reflected on a much bigger scale, on the global scale. And so by that opening of that Sahasrara chakra, that was really paving the way for Sahaja Yoga to begin. So now all of a sudden, without doing great penances and going for the Himalayas for years at a time, one could achieve self-realization en masse quite quickly. And of course, that's just the beginning of the journey for all of us in Sahaja Yoga when that happens. So, of course, when we first start coming to programs and learning about Sahaja Yoga, we're very much focused on being able to feel the vibrations, feel the cool breeze, and to go into that state of meditation. But then soon after we start being aware of what's happening on our subtle system, on our left and our right, and all the way up our spine in all the chakras, we want to start being able to clear them, because we start to feel we have imbalances. And when we sit to meditate of a morning or evening, we might put our hands out and feel that on particular chakras or fingers, we have problems which relate to the chakras in our body, of course. So being able to have methods and tools to clear ourselves and bring ourselves back into the center so we can go back into that meditative state all the time is really, really important. The foot soaking that we're going to talk through tonight is very important for the lower three chakras, mainly. All the chakras are made up of the elements at their very basis level, and so we can actually use the elements to clear them as well. So sitting on the Mother Earth and meditating, going to the beach, using the water element, and we'll talk through all these treatments in later programs, how we use a candle and the fire element to clear our left side, etc. And of course, tonight is just the foot soak. I find this, and most of the people that do Sahaja Yoga all the time do that, after a busy day at work, come home and do this meditation in the foot soak bucket, is a great way to remove all the weight and catches we've accumulated through the day in our subtle system. And of course, the health benefits there as well. There's many benefits to foot soaking, and because it works on those lower three chakras, it's also cooling down our liver, our right side, and pancreas, and a few of the organs. And I think I saw through the polls through the week on WhatsApp that a few of us were saying that when I sit down, I still have quite a few thoughts coming. So cooling the liver is key to sort of stopping those thoughts in the beginning. And that's why Lynn and Gulshan were showing they had the ice packs before. So while we can have our bucket of water, I don't know if you can see that with the screen saver on, but I have my bucket there with some salt in it. But you can also double that up with a small ice pack, which you would just hold on your liver under the rib cage on the right hand side, or strap it on somehow while you're having the foot soak. It helps a lot. Generally, if you feel more catches on the right side, then you would go for a cooler temperature water. And some people, if you are having more on the left hand, the left side's heavy, or the left side has the problem, you could go for warmer water. So it's probably enough explanation. I know you've all been to a few programs now, and some of you have been to multiple 21-day programs. So let's just raise our Kundalini and put ourselves in Bandhan to begin. If you don't know how to do that, that's fine. You'll get plenty more chances. So we can raise our Kundalini. The first time, 1 knot, of course. And then 2 knots. And on the third time, we tie 3 knots up above our head. And we're actually tying our attention and our Kundalini up there, above the Sahasrara, where we want to keep it. And of course, we just put ourselves in the Bandhan, in the protection, before we begin. And this is something you would do every day at home yourself when you start the meditation and at the end. And it just fixes your attention up there and brings it inside. Puts you into that meditative state quite quickly. So we do that 7 times. And if you have any questions about that, you can always ask in the breakout room as well to explain that further. So Matt, if we could share a photo of Shri Mataji on the screen. I'll put my video off or actually, no, I'll keep it on. But if you can share the photo of Mother as well, that would be great. So throughout the foot soak, we generally keep our hands just palm up on the lap in a relaxed manner. And before we put our feet in the water, we can actually vibrate the water. So we have, once your Kundalini is activated, you have vibrations flowing through your hands especially and through your body all the time. It's quite subtle and it takes a while to feel it, but it is there. So if we hold our left hand, perfect, thanks Matt. So we have Srimataji's photo there. Srimataji's photo itself emits very strong vibrations, and the chakras in her photo as well emit vibrations. So they help us to trigger our own chakras and our own vibrations and our own sensory awareness. So we can actually make use of Srimataji's photo to increase the power of our meditation. And you can try at home with or without as well. It's a good experiment. So to vibrate the water, can we make the music a little lower? Thank you. Okay, so to begin, we can hold our left hand out towards Srimataji's photo. With our right hand, just vibrate. Move your hand clockwise over the top of your bucket. You can vibrate the water. Do that until you start to feel cool. It might be in either hand. As soon as we start to feel cool, then you know that the water is getting vibrated. Then we can place both feet in the water. And feel free to close your eyes or keep them open as you wish. As there may be some people, of course, joining new, we'll go through the realization process again now with our feet in the water. Forgot to mention the salt in the water represents the earth element, and of course the water element together. So it works very powerfully to draw down any obstructions in our chakras, sort of sucks on them until they get released down into the water, leaving us feeling much lighter afterwards. So now just place your right hand on the left side of your heart, closing your eyes. With your attention inside, you have to ask a fundamental question. Please just ask it quietly from your heart. Mother, am I the pure spirit? Mother, at my essence, at my core, am I a pure spirit? And then dropping the hand down to just under the rib cage on the left hand side, resting it a little firmly. This is the center of our self-mastery, of being our own guru and our own teacher. And of course, it's the center of absolute peace. So again, we ask a fundamental question. Mother, am I my own master? Or you could say, am I my own guru or my own teacher? Then we can drop that hand down into the hip on the left-hand side, right in the torso there, where the leg meets the body, and press in quite firmly. This is the left Swadhisthana center. And here we ask, again, from the heart, Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. Mother, please give me the pure knowledge. Please give me the knowledge of reality. Just ask this a few times. Your desire, your pure desire, which triggers your Kundalini to rise from this point. So now we move back up to the stomach where we were a moment ago, just under the ribs. Press in firmly again. But this time with a little self-confidence, without thinking about it. Say, Mother, I am my own master. I am my own guru. And say this about 10 times silently. I am my own guru. Now up to the heart on the left-hand side where we began. And here again we affirm, before we ask the question, but now we affirm, Mother, I am the pure spirit. I'm not this body, the mind and the ego, the conditionings. My entire past up to this moment and my future, but I am the pure spirit. I am the pure spirit. So then we come up to the crook of the neck on the left-hand side, turning our head to the right, covering the entire chakra, fingers reaching around to the spine at the back. This center catches or goes out of balance if we feel guilty for anything at all, or if we feel low self-esteem. So without thinking about what we feel we may have done wrong or right, let us just say that, Mother, I am not guilty for anything at all. Mother, I am not guilty for anything whatsoever. And just go on saying that a few times with your confidence. Because I am the pure spirit, the spirit can't accrue guilt. I am not guilty for anything at all. So now we come up to the Aga, the sixth chakra, and place our hand across the forehead. Feel a little pressure on each side of the temple, and tilting your head forward a little bit, taking some of the weight of the head in your hand. At this Aga chakra, we have to forgive. You have to forgive everybody. And it's a simple affirmation. Mother, I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Not how many times, but just from the heart. Just keep saying it. Don't think about who you have to forgive or who has hurt you. Just at this moment, in this time, I completely forgive everybody. Then taking that hand to the back of the same center, the very back of your head, and tilting the head up towards the sky, cupping the back of your head in the hand. You can say, Mother, if I have made any mistakes in my life, in my seeking, anything which has not been good for my spiritual ascent, please forgive me. Please forgive me. So then we come to the top of the head, the Sahasrara chakra. And here we can spread the fingers up so the whole palm is exposed and can press down firmly on the part of your head that was soft as a baby, the fontanelle area. And just tilt your head forward a little bit. We're going to rotate the hand around clockwise 7 times. When Srimataji gives realization in the halls and in the programs, she always said at this point that she'd like to give everyone self-realization, but it can't be forced upon us, and that she can't cross your free will. So it's actually up for us to desire it at this point and request it very humbly. So here we can say, as we move that hand around, Shri Mataji, please give me my self-realization. Or you could say, please establish my self-realization, if you've done this many times before. So we move that hand across to the right, and then back towards the back of the head, over to the left, back to the front, 7 times. Shri Mataji, please grant me my self-realization. Then you can bring your hand down into the lap and just maintain your attention on that spot just above your head. You can still probably feel where your hand was pressing down with your attention. And then just raise your left hand up and just place the hand 6 to 8 inches above the top of your head. You might feel a cool breeze blowing up from your head up to the bottom of your hand. If it's not too clear, you can move your hand a little bit forward or back and then hold it steady again, and just check that way. Sometimes we feel it a little higher above the head if you move your hand up. You can also try with the right hand. If one of our sides is a little blocked, we can't always feel it in that hand. Mm. Then we bring both hands back down and just hold them up towards your heart. And see what you can be aware of on the tips of your fingers. And here we can even ask a question again. We can just say, Srimataji, please show me the state of my vibrations, of my subtle system. Let that question go out and see what you feel coming back on your fingertips. So hopefully you're all feeling your Kundalini, your vibrations strongly inside. What we'll do now is take our feet out of the water and just give them a rinse and dry them off. You can dispose of the water down the toilet. It's probably the best way. And then just return here, maybe give it 5 minutes for everyone to come back. And I'd like to play for you a bit of an older recording from America of a live TV interview with Srimataji. And then we'll move into the breakout rooms after that.
Indian, she's a guru and she's lots of other things. Which of those do you consider yourself to be?
See, I would say I'm just a mother. And mother can be anything, isn't it?
Is it unusual for a woman to be a guru?
No, it should not. On the contrary, I'm not a guru as such. Because I'm a mother, I'm also a guru. And it is important that the time has come for the feminine qualities to manifest. We have had manly qualities where people had competitions and they developed in such a way as if the tree has grown outside. And now the tree has to grow inside, inward, to get to the source for its nourishment. And it's only the mother who can nourish, isn't it? She's the only one who could be compassionate and affectionate and kind.
You have said some real harsh things about Orthodox religions. Why is that?
I didn't mean to be harsh with them, but I think they have misled the people very much as far as the religion is concerned. Any religion you take that they are propounding, like, say, Christianity. Now, in Christianity, it is said that Christ is the main person, and we have to accept what he has said. Christ has said that you are to be born again. So they made some artificial sort of a drama
So we'll just give people a few more minutes to come back and get settled. And if you could continue to sort of try to remain in that meditative state while we hear the talk, you can obviously still sit with your palms face up and try and be aware of whatever vibrations you might be feeling or what you felt in the foot soak. The more you keep your attention on these sensations, the more it'll expand in your awareness and your sensitivity. So I think we can probably start the talk again now, Matt. Thank you.
I'm Indian, she's a guru, and she's lots of other things. Which of those do you consider yourself to be?
See, I would say I'm just a mother. And mother can be anything, isn't it?
Is it unusual for a woman to be a guru?
No, it should not. On the contrary, I'm not a guru as such. Because I'm a mother, I'm also a guru. And it is important that the time has come for the feminine qualities to manifest. We have had manly qualities where people had competitions and they developed in such a way as if the tree has grown outside. And now the tree has to grow inside, inward, to get to the source for its nourishment. And it's only the mother who can nourish, isn't it? She's the only one who could be compassionate and affectionate and kind.
You have said some real harsh things about Orthodox religions. Why is that?
I didn't mean to be harsh with them, but I think they have misled the people very much as far as the religion is concerned. Any religion you take that they are propounding, like, say, Christianity. Now, in Christianity, it is said that Christ is the main person, and we have to accept what he has said. Christ has said that you are to be born again. So they made some artificial sort of a drama of giving baptism. It's so artificial. Any intelligent man can see that you just put water on somebody's head and say that you are born again, or you certify yourself as born again. You do not become. There must be something living about it, because he has talked about the living God, either living process that has to take place for our evolutionary process. It has to work out in a living way. Something living has to happen within us, like an egg becoming a bird. It's a complete transformation. But on the contrary, you find, like what Christ has said, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. Very hard to find a Christian without adulterous eyes. The innocence is lost. He was the embodiment of innocence. There is no innocence. It's all money making, building making, all sort of things, but not Christ.
You have said that people don't believe you because you don't take money. Apparently you pay for your own tours, for everything.
Yes, I try to.
Do you think it's become a world where unless you do take money, you aren't believable? That's a real sad situation.
You see, people are very materialistic, first of all. They can't understand God. And they think that for everything you must pay, even you can purchase God. They can think they can organize God. This is ego. It's real ego. You cannot pay for God. That's one thing you have to humble down.
You also said some interesting things about diseases. You've talked about AIDS. You've talked about curing these diseases.
That's an automatic thing that happens within you, is placed this power of your own. And when it rises, it nourishes. Again, the same mother in you, your own mother. Everybody has an individual mother called the Kundalini. In the sacrum bone, means the sacred bone. And when it rises, it nourishes you. When it nourishes you, your subtle centers get nourished, and you get all right. It's all yours. Only thing, it is to be awakened.
And how does that awakening happen?
The awakening takes place, like as we would say, very spontaneously, as you can put a seed in the Mother Earth and it sprouts by itself. So you are just ready to be that. And somebody who has the quality of a Mother Earth can do it. But as soon as you get it, you can do it to others. Like that one enlightened light can enlighten another light. But the candle which is not enlightened cannot enlighten itself.
So does it need someone to help them?
Yes.
Be enlightened?
I mean, it's not even a help. It's just you are there. It's just a catalytic agent, I would say, that it works.
And this can cure, you're talking about homosexuality, schizophrenia, diabetes.
Many physical problems, many emotional problems, many psychosomatic problems, the combinations of these two. You see, like cancer, I would say, AIDS and this mellitus, most of these incurable diseases come from the combination of the emotions as well as the mind.
So basically the way we handle our own emotions is what you're...
Yes, you see, the way we live, the way we try to suppress our emotions sometimes the way we mislead ourselves into wrong ideas of sex and perversions and all these complicate. We don't lead a normal, balanced life. That's why the problem is. But when this rises within you, it nourishes the centers, brings you to the center and makes you your own spirit. And with that you become absolutely a different person, a transformed personality.
You've made predictions of things that would happen. What were some of those predictions?
No, I don't make predictions, but I can say that if people do not take to their transformation, it could be very dangerous. I mean, I don't think the destruction is going to come from Russia or any other country. It's going to come from within. You can see it clearly. We are destroying ourselves moment by moment. Cancer, all these diseases, nobody knew before. All of them are appearing now to show that we are trying to destroy ourselves.
What could we do?
We have to understand that we have to get to ourselves, to our spirit, which is our power, which is within us, for which you cannot pay. That's something so insulting to say that such an invaluable thing you can get by pay. And that for that also you cannot put any efforts, but it is spontaneous. You have to do is to just ask for it. I should say that if you have to put your hands towards me like this, it may work. And it will show its results by you will start feeling the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost in your hand. You'll feel the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost out of your head. This is a real baptism. And that's what I was saying, that we are doing all that is not told to us, and we are just going on the wrong path.
Actually, somebody did tell me before the show, where you had been here once before, that you had touched them and they felt a cool breeze around them.
Yes, it is. So many have felt, thousands in India. But I work in the villages, not in the city, because our westernized Indians are thoroughly hopeless people, you see. They are just copycats and they are trying to copy you, becoming modern, while they have forgotten what heritage we have. And there are many like this. Even they have come to your country. They are absolutely neither here nor there. But the people in America are great seekers, very great seekers, and they are ardently seeking. And if they come to the right path, I'm sure they can be saved. And they can save their country and save the whole world.
You were a friend of Gandhi's.
No, I'm much younger to him. I was a little girl of 7 years when he asked my father to leave me with him, and I stayed with him as a little girl. And he was a very sweet person, as an elderly grandfather, I should say, and very wise man too, and extremely gentle with children, extremely gentle. And he saw something in me. He used to ask many questions about subtle things about life, and I could guide him on certain points, like he asked me how to put the different prayers. So according to the different centers, I told him, you put it. So first is that of the first center, then of the second center, like that. And that's how he arranged all of them. Like that, he had realized that I had something special about me.
Lots of other people have noticed that too, that you do have a presence about you. When did you notice that?
I knew when I was born. I knew that what I was. I knew it very well. As we know, we are human beings. I knew that I was something like that.
You don't accept money. You don't. Why is that? Is that just your belief not to accept money for what you do?
No, what will you pay me? You see, this is love. What can you pay me? I mean, you cannot evaluate into any money whatsoever. So what is the need? And of course, I mean, for my traveling, sometimes these people pay. They pay for their halls, and also my husband is quite well off, so he would like to pay sometimes for a good work like that. He thinks this is the only solution. He's a Secretary General of International Maritime Organization, one of the agencies. He was elected, and he thinks that this is the solution. This is the only way you can save the world. Without transformation, you cannot save.
What basically is your philosophy? Your philosophy? What is your basic philosophy?
It is not a philosophy, but it's an actualization of what you are, and is the one that will prove the existence of God, existence of reality, and all the scriptures can be completely understood when you are your spirit. Before that, you cannot understand, because it is very subtle, and you can make mistakes. Like people say about Holy Ghost, they say it's a mystery. Now think of it, even rationally, you can reach a point where you will think that you have a Father, you have a Son, and the Holy Ghost, but no mother. Can you get a Son and a Father without a mother? It's something unreasonable, absolutely absurd. But that's how people go on and on, because they have not become their spirit. Once they become their spirit, the spirit can guide you, because you get a new kind of a dimension called as collective consciousness, by which you can feel the energy flowing through you, and you can decode all that on your fingertips. Even Muhammad Sahib has said that at the time of resurrection, your fingers will speak, your hands will tell you. And Muslims also, they don't want to talk about resurrection time, though he has written more about resurrection time than about the doomsday, but they want to talk about doomsday so that they can frighten everybody and everybody becomes a Muslim.
Why do you think there are so many young people looking for something? They seem to want Munis, they're the Hare Krishnas. Why is that?
The time has come. It's a special time. It's a time already predicted by William Blake only 100 years back. He said that the men of God will be born in those days, and they will become prophets, and they will have power to make others prophets. That's what is predicted. But this was predicted 14,000 years back in India, that this was going to happen. And when they tallied it down to modern times, it was 1970, they said Sahaja Yoga will start, and that is when I started Sahaja Yoga. Is a thing called Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja means spontaneous, Saha means with, the Yoga means born. Spontaneous union with the divine is your right. You have to have it.
So I'm sure by now you're starting to get the feeling of what an momentous happening your self-realization actually is, and what a complete transformation it will bring about in your life when we start to nurture this seed, this sprout of the Kundalini that's just started rising within you all, and as it grows into a much bigger force within you, all the changes will start to manifest. So in a moment, we'll all split off and be paired up in breakout rooms. So you may get a little prompt that you have to click OK, or you may just end up straight in the room. And you'll be paired up with a Sahaja Yogi, so someone who's been doing Sahaja Yoga meditation for a while. And this is a wonderful chance for you to ask for any help with maybe you're not feeling any vibrations, or maybe you've got a question why you feel a particular sensation, why my left hand's always hot or only my right hand's cool. And the person in the room with you will give you some tips of how to maybe clear that catch, what to do, or whatever is required. So for those of us that are watching on YouTube, you could jump across now and join the Zoom meeting if you wish to be put in a room as well. Else we'll be just playing a public talk, I suppose, if you like, of Shrimataji, about 22 minutes long, from Newcastle, Australia. And that will just roll on in the background while we're off in the breakout rooms. And then when we have finished the breakout rooms, that'll be the end of the program. So there's no need to all come back here and join again. We'll see you tomorrow night after the breakout rooms. So now Matthew will pull the trigger and we'll all go off to our workshops.
So this is very exciting, seeing everyone magically disappear. Hi, Gulshan.
Hi, Lynn. I was wondering whether we might be assigned to some.
I think we're going to roam around and help out if anyone gets lost.
There's one person who hasn't got anyone with them. Can you go into there?
Yes, sure.
In room 4?
Room 4? Okay. Do I put myself there?
Yes, because you're the host. I can't actually.
Oh, okay.
You have to go in there.
So just go to the room 4. Okay.
Yeah. And Gulshan, you'll just have to float wherever you want.
Okay, will do.
And there's someone new. Do you want to talk to Ram Radak?
Okay.
I'm
Assigned.
joining room
Radim
4.
Radak.
Okay, what room is he in, Matthew?
He's
he's
in
in
just
the main
coming
room.
to the meeting, the main room.
Okay.
Radim Radak.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
If you want to chat with them, because they must have come from YouTube.
Sure.
And let me know, and I'll put them into a room if they need be. I've just got to check all the others are okay.
Can you place me in with Radim? It's in room 1, is it?
Radim Radak is in the main room. If you go to the participants in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So tell me what number.
They're in the main room. Just click on chat and you'll see them. Participants. If you go to the participants in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number.
Goshen, I've just put them in room 1 with Andrew. Goshen?
Yes.
I've just put them in room 1 with Andrew.
Okay, sure. I'll go in there too.
I'm just going to share the video now.
I bow to all the seekers of truth. At the very outset, you have to know that truth is what it is. We cannot change it, we cannot transform it, and we cannot conceptualize it. Also, unfortunately, at this human awareness, we cannot feel the truth. So something has to be done, something has to work out in our human awareness in the evolutionary process. We have become human beings from amoeba. How did we become? And if we are human beings, have we reached the absolute state? We have not. If we had reached the absolute state, then there would have been no problems, because everybody would have seen the same thing, would have understood the same thing, and felt the same thing. But because we are living in a relative world, we have all these problems. As it is, most of the problems are created by human beings. If you see ecological problems, if you see economic problems, political problems, physical problems, mental problems, family problems, all of them are related to human beings. So we have gone wrong somewhere. There's something that's a missing point which we have not realized. The advancements we have made in our civilization, say in science, has reached such a stage that we had to create an atom bomb, hydrogen bomb. So all these mental efforts we have put in also boomerang on us and create our destruction. In every way, we get frustrated and we start seeking, what's the matter? Then we turn to religion, and we find in religion also, it's just words, words and words. Whatever is written in the Bible, same about written in Quran if you read it, or Dhammapad or Gita, everywhere is about just the same. There's not much of a change. But still, you may follow any religion, so-called following I would say, still, a human being belonging to any religion can commit any sin. Any sin. There's no binding force on him of that religion. Why is it all these great religions which were created by great incarnations and great prophets have taken such a deviated path, and why we have not been able to achieve whatever they have promised to us? What is the reason why we could not achieve that? What has gone wrong? If you read Quran, you'll be amazed. The description of what was the vision of Muhammad Sahib is far away from the Muslims as they are. Same about Christians we can say. When Christ has said, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes, difficult to find Christians who don't have. In this way, we have to realize on one side whatever mental efforts we are putting, or on the other side whatever physical or emotional efforts we are putting have come back to us destroying us. We can see the result very clearly. Why all these problems are there? Still we adhere to something which is not reality. We go on clinging to it because perhaps we are born like that, perhaps we think that that's we have done now all our lives, so why give up? And the forefathers have done the same, you are doing the same. But now a new category of very honest people are there in this world who are seeking beyond. William Blake has called them men of God. Those who will seek the truth. And they will make other people also godly. That's the time has come, this resurrection time has come, we should say, or this is the last judgment. This last judgment is going to be done by this Kundalini, the power within you. This is your own power, which has to be awakened. And once it is awakened, it passes through these centers as told to you and lets you know that these are your problems. These are the problems of your chakras. They may be physical, they be emotional, could be also spiritual. And once you know these problems, and if you know how to solve these problems, you can be a very normal, sensible, balanced personality. That's not the only thing that happens when you get your self-realization. Firstly, what happens to you is that when the Kundalini passes through your Aga Chakra, then you become thoughtlessly aware. If you see all the sciences they have created after religion, about religion, the talks and the whole thing is just mental. It's not inside, it's not innate, built within. So one thought rises, another thought falls, another thought rises and falls down. Some come from the future, some come from the past. And we are jumping on the cusp of these thoughts. But if you say now, this is the present, stop your mind at this top point, which is the present. You can't. You just can't do it. Between these thoughts, there is a gap. This gap is the present, but it's so small that you cannot find it. But when the Kundalini passes through this center, then these two institutions, as you see them, the conditioning and the ego, are just sucked in. As a result, you become thoughtlessly aware. Means there is no thought, but you are absolutely aware, very much more aware. For example, if you look at this beautiful hall without thoughtless awareness, with the thoughtless awareness, then the whole picture becomes like a photo in your mind. Whole thing is stored up into every detail so clearly. Because present is the truth. Past is finished and future doesn't exist. So to come to the present, you have to have this new awareness called as thoughtless awareness. But when she crosses over and pierces through your fontanelle bone area, which is the actualization of your baptism. Just people talk of baptism, come along, I'll baptize you. It's not possible that way. It's just an artificial ritual. Try to understand. This is not going to render that actual happening within you, which is going to make you grow spiritually. So the actualization of baptism takes place, and you can feel also from your fontanelle bone area a kind of a cool breeze of the Holy Ghost coming in. You feel extremely relaxed. Secondly, that you jump into another higher awareness, which we call as collective consciousness. This means that not only that you can feel your own centers on your fingertips, because these cool vibrations, you can call them, start flowing through your own hands. You can feel them. But also you get the information about others as well as about yourself on these fingertips. Automatically, you become like a person who is a computer. It starts working in such a wonderful manner that you can find out about any disease, any trouble, without going through all the diagnosis or anything. And if you know how to cure these troubles physically, mentally, you can definitely cure yourself and also others if you have reached that state and have permanently achieved it. This is what has to happen to us. All of us have to achieve that state, which is your right to achieve it. Sahaja means with you is born. This yoga means the union with this all-pervading power of God's love. It exists or not, we have never bothered to find out. We see these beautiful flowers, very beautiful flowers and everything around. When I came from Sydney, I saw the beauty the nature had just spread for the pleasure of human beings. We never even think how it has happened. What has worked it out, all these living things? We don't even think how this eye of ours is such a beautiful camera, how it has been made, how is it, this brain, which is such a great computer, how is it made? Who has made it? They may say it is autonomous, but who is this auto? We have never tried to find out that there is this all-pervading power of God's love, which has done all this living work. And now for us it is to feel that is the yoga, is the union with that divine. It's not physical, it's not mental, but it is spiritual, where you start first time feeling this all-pervading power. Then only you have to know how to use this power which flows through you. But it moves very slowly. And people, you see, this is not a plastic work that you can go on producing many, and we don't have any organization as such. We do not organize people, and we do not take any money at all. You cannot. Because how much can you pay for this divine work? How much do we pay to Mother Earth? For she gives us all these beautiful flowers. She doesn't understand money. So you cannot pay for it. But there are many, many organizations afloat which are taking money, which are giving you mental feed, and people run after them. They like to go on working out that yarn that they have spun for you. One has to go beyond this mind to feel the spirituality. With this mind, that is human mind, you cannot understand. You have to have divine mind. But once you get your realization, your mind also gets enlightened. And when your mind is enlightened, you can perceive, penetrate into every situation in such a deeper manner, and the way you can improve it, I can tell you a simple analogy to understand it. Supposing you are standing in the sea, and the sea is rough, you are afraid of the waves, very much afraid. But supposing somebody puts you on the boat, and then you can see those waves and enjoy them. But supposing you learn how to swim, then you can jump in and save them. It is not any brainwashing or any sort of a bombardment of words, but it is something that happens to you. You become something. As you have become human being, you become realized soul as a result of this last breakthrough of your evolution. This is happening everywhere, no doubt, and it's working out very well. I think they told me 62 countries, but at least I know of definitely of 52 countries where there we have got very strong centers where it is working out. Now whatever we are telling you here, you need not accept blindfolded. Blind faith is of no use. First of all, you must experience. Just like a hypothesis, I am putting this before you. But you should have an open mind of a scientist. Just open your mind and see for yourself it works. If it works, then you have to accept. If you are honest, you have to accept. If it doesn't work, if it works with many, why not try and work it out? Most of the people do get their realization. I have seen it. It's a wonderful thing that is happening, that masses of people can get realization. Depends on also certain places, like Russia. I was amazed, where they have not heard the name of God, they have never heard the name of Christ, they were not allowed to read Bible or any book. They had no religion at all. They believed in no religion. Where thousands and thousands come to my program and they all get their realization. In a small place called Talyati, there are 22,000 Sahajogis practicing Sahaja Yoga. Can you imagine? I was so amazed. Same about Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, Poland. I was amazed how these people, Czechoslovakia, how they have taken to Sahaja Yoga so fast, just like fish to water. How they realized it. And nobody else, all these false people could not go there, nothing could work out. Only thing that has really worked out there is something that is genuine, that is Sahaja Yoga. One has to realize that as we are not in the absolute state, we have to reach to the absolute state. That desire should be there. If that desire is there, it works out without any difficulty. It is your own power which manifests, and gradually you can manifest them in such a way that you can do so many things like giving realization to others, curing others, and also enjoying it. Because when the attention is filled with the light of the Spirit, it fills you up with complete joy. And joy has not two sides like happiness and unhappiness. It's singular, it's absolute. And you are, then they say, they are swimming in the ocean of joy. So beautiful it is. This new race, we can call it, the new society, is already formed. It's there. They are angel-like people, beautiful. I never tell them, don't drink, don't smoke, don't take drugs, nothing of the kind. I don't tell them. It just automatically drops out. Because in the light, they see the ignorance that they had, they see the darkness, and they just drop out. We don't have to tell them anything, not to brainwash them or anything. It just works automatically. You don't have to follow any kind of a fundamental truths or things, nothing of the kind. You just know this is fundamental because you have got the light within you. Then they see the goodness, then they see the oneness of all the religions. So if you know the oneness of all religions, why will you be fundamentalist? If you belong to one organization or to another church or to another religion, then you fight. When you get into compartments like this, then only you fight. Everybody thinks we are the chosen ones. That's how we have this fundamentalism now knocking at our doors. So to get rid of it, the best thing is, first of all, you have to become an universal being. And this spirit is the universal being. Once you become the universal being, then you'll be surprised to see that all these differences you saw because of complete ignorance. For example, there is light, you can see each other here. But supposing there's complete pitch darkness, you don't know who is sitting here, who is right, who is left. You don't know how to walk. You may trample over people, you may just get frightened, you may run helter-skelter. But if there is light, you see things so clearly. In the same way, Sahaja Yoga works. First, some people get not all the light, I should say, but they do get a little light, the glimmer of light. And then it starts expanding. And when it expands, you'll be amazed how things work out. Also, I've seen people after coming to Sahaja Yoga, they become extremely intelligent, absorbent, and a kind of a very dynamic personality comes in them. Now you have seen these Australians singing Sanskrit song. I mean, imagine, Sanskrit, even these English lived in India for 300 years. They couldn't learn one sentence of Hindi language, leave alone Sanskrit. But the way they sing with such clarity, even the Indians are surprised at how they are singing our songs in Sanskrit language. It's an impossibility. We cannot think of a Western person singing like this, with all the rhythm and the melody and all that. And in no time they pick up. There are artists and artists who have now got world fame in India after coming to Sahaja Yoga. We have got here also some artists who were painters have got a good name for themselves. Everything changes. You become on top of the world, but you don't become competitive. You start enjoying each other. Such a brotherhood, such love, such friendship, that you become one drop becoming an ocean, macrocosm becoming the macrocosm. We talk of all these things, but we have never achieved it. Now the time has come for us to achieve all this. In this one lecture, I know I can't talk much. Last year also I was here, and Lord Mayor was here also to grace the occasion. I found him to be a remarkable person, the way he got his realization. You are especially blessed people, I think, Newcastle, with this beautiful lake here and beautiful surroundings. And I hope that Sahaja Yoga will work out here very well. Gradually it will take its roots and you can have a real good center in Newcastle. May God bless you all.
Thank you. We're all done, are we?
We weren't quite finished.
Yeah, I'm still with Amara. Can I?
Yeah, can I go back with Prashant if possible and Jatin? Or is it too, we can't do it technically now, maybe?
Maybe if you click on breakout rooms, you can just rejoin your room and say bye to your people.
I don't know what happened there. Did you all leave or something?
Oh, we thought we got brought back.
Yeah, they all just
No,
ended.
no, I didn't do anything.
It
Oh,
must have been a timeout, perhaps. I don't know.
yeah.
Maybe it's like an automatic thing, but I didn't set any limit or anything. I just left you all to it.
Right.
Do I need to click on open all rooms or something? Or
Shri Mata, yeah, Didi Rita, she did very well. She understand back me very well, and I will do
Well, I can
again
open them back up.
whatever
Do you want me to open
she
them back up?
suggested me. I will apply all the things.
Yes, please.
okay, so
I don't know what happened there. It just must have be a time thing.
Hi, Matthew.
Hi.
Yeah, everybody's quite busy still by the looks.
Yeah, I don't know if I can leave because if I leave, I might close them all.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, there's only room 2.
In room 1?
No, there's just one person in there. I don't think they've logged off. Somehow there's just
Oh,
one
okay.
person.
Yeah, I said goodbye to the Yanni family, but they still seem to be there.
Yeah, they just haven't shut it down or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And Abby is in room 2 with
With Amara.
Amara.
Yeah.
Maybe you could go and say,
Yeah, I can go in and join.
because yeah, I want to move on because I
Yeah.
don't want to I don't want to leave in case it closes the door.
All right, I'll go join. I couldn't get a word in edgewise, Matthew. They're just continually talking. So I'll stay if you want to go, Matthew.
I'm going to leave and their room might just close.
Oh, you reckon? Oh,
Yeah,
okay, I'll go
that's the
back.
trouble.
Let me go
That's
back.
the trouble, see. So they'll just tell them to leave the room and they can carry on in the main room if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me
One
go.
of them's just left anyway, so
Oh, okay. They probably figured why I was
yeah.
there. Anyway, let me see if I can.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave.
Oh, yeah, actually.
So I'm going to leave anyway.
Yep. Okay.
See ya.
Okay, bye.